But now I'm not that nervous. I'm able to control the car very well. Whoa, look at that driving, bro. This video I'm gonna be back in realistic car driving, and I got the Acura Nsx, which I'm gonna be taking on a track for a challenge. Now the rules are we cannot crash this thing and we cannot spin it out. Sounds pretty simple, but with that being said, let's get straight into it. Let's launch this thing in 3, 2, 1, blast off. Oh my, the acceleration is crazy. I didn't even hear any tire spin or see any. It just hooked up and took off like a jet. This thing is crazy. Now, this thing has very good acceleration, but hopefully it does have good handling as well. But this thing is a very, very underrated car because I don't think I've ever seen this car being driven in the game other than by me. Like, I don't really see players use this thing that much in the game, so I feel like it's very underrated. But for the acceleration and the handling that I'm seeing so far, this thing is an insane car. But it's very, very underrated in the game, and I feel like it's kind of underrated in real life as well. But this thing is absolutely crazy. So far it's doing okay. The handling is okay, the acceleration is insane. This thing is absolutely nice, and it only costs like 200k. Now I say only because it's not crazily expensive in the game. It's not hard to make 200k. I mean, if you grind a lot, you should be able to make that in no time. So it's a very easily car. Well, not easily, but very, I don't know how to phrase it, but it's not that hard to get this car to make 200k. So I would say it's like on this starter for supercar side. I'm not gonna say this thing is a starter car because if you're just starting the game, you're not gonna have 200k already. But for like starting and you want to get into like supercar or fast car, this is the car. Look at the way this thing is. This thing is crazy, bro. And I'm not even in my usual driving element in first person because the game, the camera is bugged out a bit for first person. I don't know what happened, but usually I'm in first person driving, but it's not that bad. I mean, I do still see the hair, but it's not blocking my vision as if I was like this. I don't like that one at all. I don't want to be too close. This is the ideal camera view for now until the first person is fixed or the camera is back to normal, I would say. But this thing is handling pretty insane. I love it. The handling is great, the acceleration is great. I don't mean, what else more could you possibly want? You have great handling, you have great acceleration. This thing has amazing downforce. It's like glued to the ground. Like, I don't really see this thing like bumping up and down like what I normally see with some of the other cars in the game. Not every car is very bumpy or like all over the place, but this thing is like it's glued to the ground, which is insane. I love this thing. As I said, this thing is like a starter car for supercars, pretty much. For 200k, this thing is absolutely insane. It can compete with cars that cost a lot more than it. Like, it can compete with the Audi R8. You did see my previous video with the Audi R8. Well, not my previous video, but I did a video with the R8. This thing can give that thing some insane competition, especially on this track, because this thing takes a turn crazy. But the major difference with the Audi R8 and this thing is the cost. Well, and the engine and all of that stuff. But considering the fact that the Audi costs way more than this, and this thing is actually handling like it could keep up with the Audi, is insane. That's why I say this thing is like the starter supercar, or one of the best starter supercars. Then a little bit more third-person action. You gotta be very careful with the third person. I'm kind of getting used to driving in third person in this game. Like, I usually don't like doing it, but now I'm actually getting more comfortable and relaxed doing it. Like, usually I would be a bit nervous depending on the car as well, but now I'm not that nervous. I'm able to control the car very well. Whoa, look at that driving, bro. I'm seeing improvements in my driving as well. Like, usually I would be very nervous to do that in third person in this specific game because I'm very used to first person. But now that I've actually been playing outside of first person, it's not that nerve-wracking because I can actually see where I'm going, and the car is actually handling pretty well. I mean, if it was a different car, probably we'd be having a different story right now. Probably I would have to be explaining why I failed the challenge. But this thing is also all-wheel drive, so it does help with the like power slides and oversteer and all of that stuff. Look at that, amazing. Since take the turn like they're nothing. If you don't have this car, I don't know what you're doing. Like, you have to have, if you play this game, if you don't play the game, then I know why, but if you play the game and you don't have this car, I don't know what you're doing. Like, this thing is insane. The way it takes the turn and the way it accelerates after taking the turns is impressive. Like, I gotta give this thing its credits because it's very underrated. Like, I don't know how I don't see this car being driven around more in the game. Like, I don't think I've ever seen another person with the car in the game. Like, I know they might have it, but they just don't drive it around. But I don't think I've ever seen someone else with this car since I've been playing. And that's why I feel like it's very underrated. I know some persons might own it, but they just don't drive it. Like, I would understand why, because this thing is insane. I do drive this thing a lot. Not on the track, but I've had this thing before the track. Since the track came in the game, I don't think I really drove it that much because I'm mainly taking other cars on the track. But before the track, this was one of my all-time favorite cars. I think this, if I had to, like, well, the game doesn't really have a system to track your exact miles with a specific car, but I think I've done at least maybe 1,000 or more or less miles in this. But I know that this is one of the cars that I used to drive the most before the track came out. But this thing is absolutely amazing, and we're pretty much halfway through the track, if I'm not mistaken. Wait a minute, am I halfway through the track? I lost. I am halfway through the track. Oh my god, yo, this thing is just taking the turns so nice and easy. I even lost track of how far I was into the track. It's like, it's just so natural. I don't even remember to like see if I've been halfway through the track or not. Like, this thing is just doing so well. Look at that major oversteer. We're just able to control it like it's nothing. And I'm pretty much at the end. Pretty much I'm at the end. Wow. Like, I'm honestly, like, I don't feel like I should be this far into the track, because that means I took most of the major turns without realizing them. And this thing handled them so well, I didn't even realize that I was taking one of the hardest turns. Like, that's how well this thing is with handling. Like, I don't even realize where I'm at on the track. We gotta give this thing its credits. This thing is insane. I still don't feel like I'm at the end of the track already. Oh my, yo, I don't believe it. Like, I don't remember taking the major turn that we're gonna hug the apex with a little jump. I don't remember taking that turn. It's like my brain blanked out. Like, I don't remember taking that turn. I don't feel like I'm supposed to be at the end of the track already. It feels too quick. Like, how am I already at this bit? I don't remember taking the other bit that's like this, the one with the stripes instead of the like the gray asphalt there, or whatever that thing is. I don't remember taking that turn, bro. Like, how am I at the end already? Yo, this thing is crazy. And that just shows me that this thing is so good at handling. I don't even remember which part of the track I'm at, because usually there's a few major turns that I try to have a lot of focus on and braking and all of that stuff. I don't remember taking those turns. Like, yo, this thing passed the challenge successfully with ease. I can say it did it with ease, because I don't remember taking some of the hardest turns that usually give me the most trouble. Like, this thing did so well. I miss our turn, but I don't really care about that turn that much, because you can just cut through here, no problem. Okay, we're back in the game. I really hope they do fix that first person there, or like readjust the camera angle, all of that stuff. But this thing did so well. I'm so impressed with it. As I said, this thing is a very underrated car. A lot of persons like sleep on this thing. Like, I'm pretty sure this thing can compete with some of the cars that cost way more than it. But I'm just gonna show you guys the setup I have for it real quick. Engine, everything is maxed out. I'm just gonna show you guys the alignment, that's all of that stuff. For the camber, the caster, the toe is pretty much stock. Suspension, this is how I have it. stiffness, the rear, the damping, the rear, height offset. It's pretty much just hired a little tiny tip. You don't have to mess with it if you don't want to. The gearbox, it's pretty much stock. I didn't change it, but I did change the final drive. So I have it, the torque vector, front diff power, front diff coast, front diff preload, rear diff power, rear diff coast, rear diff preload. For the steering, so I have it pretty much, and that should be it. For drivetrain is all-wheel drive, very helpful. I would recommend you switching this thing to rear-wheel drive. I feel like it's gonna give you a harder time, but it does come with stock all-wheel drive, so you don't really have to worry about that. And for the tires, I have the race tires. I recommend you always getting the best tires for the car, especially if you're taking them on the track. But yeah, this thing did so well. This has to be in the top 5 for handling, because like, I don't know how I finished that so quick. It may not be the best time. I know I can definitely get a better time with this thing, but that would be if I'm not recording, because when I'm recording I feel like it slows down my game a bit. So yeah, but I know that I can definitely get a better time than that. But I did that so fast, like I don't remember taking some of the turns on the track. I'm wondering if I like just teleported to the end of the track pretty much. But this thing is crazy. I recommend you buying this thing if you play the game. This thing is absolutely nice and it's so underrated. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you found it helpful. Peace out.